All right, for our caffeine today, we made a iced caramel drink with some of the Whole Foods oat whipped cream, some of the pure caramel syrup. And this is obviously a caramel flavored coffee. This one's from Poppin' Bottle with almond milk. Figured I would treat myself with something fancy looking today. And per usual, it's vitamin time. And then I'm going to eat this little bit of tofu scramble I have left. I'm literally just going to eat this out of the jar like a goblin because I just don't feel like putting it on anything or dressing it up. And since I knew that wasn't going to fill me up, I have my last tropical chia seed pudding parfait here with mango, pineapple on top, and toasted coconut chips. I was still a little bit hungry, so I'm having a sumo. I'm filling Easter baskets and eggs right now, so I figured I'd show you guys some of the stuff that I'm using. So I'm using these Unreal dark chocolate peanut butter cups to stuff some eggs. And we've got some No Way Bunny No-Nos. These Lifesaver suckers are accidentally vegan. We got these Springtime Oreos that are single serve. I got these Yum Earth chocolate bunnies that are super duper cute. They have jelly beans inside. It's super cool. I got several different kinds of vegan marshmallow replacements. So we've got Good Mallow. We got these Trader Joe's marshmallow eggs that are vegan. And then I got like these. And then I got some cotton candy because cotton candy is generally vegan. Then just some fun toys and stuff. Some bath bombs. Things like that. And then I got this Yum Earth here. So like the fruit snacks and the jelly beans are going in the eggs. And then the lollipops are going in the baskets. This is the last of our summer rolls that are getting a little soft. So it's a good thing we're finishing them today. And some of that peanut butter dressing we made. Just made some protein puddings here. I did like a vanilla chocolate situation because I thought that would be fun. Alright, so I am getting ready to make my chocolate bark here. I've got these protein pretzels here that are accidentally vegan. And like, oh, there it is, plant-based. I'm gonna melt all of this chocolate. It's like I don't know. I don't even know. I'm not measuring. But I'm going to melt this chocolate. I'm going to break up all these pretzels and mix it in with the chocolate. And maybe something else. I haven't decided yet. And then I'm going to measure them out into like little muffin cups. I'm not going to fill these all the way. But like, just like in this part right here. Just like, I don't know about that thick. For like individual little chocolate snacks. And we've got our chocolate melted. I just microwaved this in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time and then kept stirring it until it got nice and smooth. And I crunched up these pretzels and I'm just going to dump them in here. Now we're going to mix this together until it is all chocolatey. So this looks good, but I'm going to add something else to it. I think I'm going to add a little bit of almonds maybe, or maybe some hazelnuts. Alright, so I have these hazelnuts that are like blanched and toasted. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of each of these in those cups and then top it with the chocolatey pretzel mixture and then sprinkle it with some flaky sea salt. Alrighty, so I put a tablespoon of the mixture and then a hazelnut and then another tablespoon. And I'm going to sprinkle some fancy sea salt on top of these, but that made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 little chocolate clusters. That looks so good. Now we're gonna set these bad boys in the fridge or the freezer and let them chill. This is my meal. It's like, I don't know, 5:30, and this is the first meal I've had today. I'm having a half of a box of the vegan Kraft mac and cheese and 2 pigs in a blanket with the field roast frankfurters and the immaculate croissants. Got some deliveries today. I wanted to show you guys what I got. So I got this compostable zip steel storage bag box here from Fibu. It's the gallon, quart, sandwich, and snack bags. And like I said, I'm stocking up for the year, so I might not use all these, but I also got Hold On gallon bags. These are all compostable Ziplocs, basically. And then I got the sandwich ones, because they're the ones I use the most, are the gallons and the sandwich. And then I got this from the Earth's Natural Alternative. I've had these ones before. I love this brand, but the other ones were cheaper. So I got all those to try. I got some tamarind paste. I got some cinnamon sticks. I got lemongrass powder. We'll see how that works. I've never used lemongrass powder or galangal powder, but we're going to give them a try and see how they work out. This is just for some of the more unique cooking that I'm going to be doing. I don't know how to pronounce this. Epazote leaves. I've got a bag of star anise, and kaffir lime leaves. And like, I don't know how good a quality these are, but I can't find these anywhere near where I live. The only thing I wasn't able to get for as far as like this restock, because these are the last few things I needed, besides like I got some like a Chinese bean paste coming still. But the only other thing I wasn't able to find was dried Thai basil leaves. I know they're better fresh. I just can't find them anywhere near where I live. So first we're going to get our stuff ready for our lettuce wraps. So I normally don't buy pre-sliced vegetables, but this was so cheap. I didn't need this in this recipe, but I was like, sure, why not? Throw some more veggies in there. Also, they had mushrooms on sale, like $1.67 for this big thing of mushrooms is crazy. I'm not going to chop these up any finer. We're just going to throw them in the pan because I'm feeling particularly lazy today. And we're not going to put oil in or anything. We're just going to chuck it in the pan and let it do its thing. And then I will add the onions and peppers as well. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this. And then we're just going to let this cook up. Mushrooms are looking pretty good, so now we're going to add the peppers and the onions in. Alright, we got these in here. We're going to saute that for a little bit more. And then we're going to add in the fava bean tofu. We're just going to crumble it in. And it's looking good. Now we're going to crumble in the fava bean tofu. Alright, and we're going to let this cook for a little bit, and then we're going to add in our sauce. So the sauces I'm going to be using is I have this homemade like Asian style sauce that I made a week or so ago. We're going to use that, and then I have a little bit of this peanut Makoto dressing that I made. We're going to put that in as well because why not? More flavor. And that's also why I didn't add any ginger or garlic, because there is ginger and garlic in both of these. Alright, I just added the sauce in here and I'm going to let it cook down for a while. And I'm going to be making like a jambalaya kind of situation, but not quite. So for the seasonings for this, I don't have like a Cajun style seasoning, but I do have a homemade jerk seasoning and I have a homemade taco seasoning. And I'm going to kind of like mix those together with this black beans and rice, which is a Cuban recipe, which is, I know, this is crazy. But this is what I've got and I'm trying to use what I have. And I'm going to be using a two different kinds of protein in this. I'm going to be using a Daring Cajun style chicken, and I'm going to be using a Chipotle sausage style field roast sausage. And then for the vegetables, I have more of these on sale diced up vegetables. I have 2 things of diced green pepper, 1 thing of diced tomato, and 1 thing of onion and celery. And that's going to be our veggies for in this beans and rice situation. So that's what it's looking like. And I am gonna, so basically these are gonna be my lunch. I'll have separated this into 5 portions, and then I'll eat that with some romaine. Like I'll wrap it up in a piece of romaine, and then I'll use some of the samjang in it. So it is already flavored, but the samjang is gonna give it like an extra little punch of flavor, which is gonna make it even better. Got 5 servings, 5 cups of the filling for these little lettuce wraps, and that's perfect So that's 5 days worth of lunches right here. Perfect. I'm going to use this same pan for our jambalaya. We're not even going to wash it. I'm not going to add any oil again. We're going to add in the diced celery, onion, and the bell pepper. All right, we're just going to let this cook down for a little bit before we start adding we'll add our tomato, and then we'll add our vegan meats. This is looking pretty good. We're going to go ahead and add in our tomatoes now. Here you go. All right, now we're going to add in the Chipotle style field roast sausage that I've chopped up. There's 4 of them there, and I'm going to add in this Cajun daring chicken. I am going to use some scissors to cut these into smaller bites. Breakfast this week, I have 2 sad apples and 1 sad banana to use up, and I have 4 of these. And I've got some miso paste that I'm going to use. I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. And I've also got this Truvani brown sugar. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 4 overnight oats. Use 1 of these in each of them. A half a cup of oats, 1 of these, some maybe almond milk, maybe some protein powder. But I'm going to caramelize these up in a pan, I think. I'm going to use half of a banana for 2. So 1, 2 oats, and then 3, 4 oats. And I'm going to caramelize them up with some of the brown sugar. And then I'm going to, once it cools a little bit, add in the miso to give it kind of like a caramelly flavor. That's my plan anyway. It's looking pretty good. So we are going to put our black beans and rice in here and add as much water as it calls for on the package instructions. And we're going to cook it with this other stuff, just like you would do a jambalaya. That's why I'm like, it's kind of like a jambalaya. And we're going to put a lid on it and let it cook. The beans and rice in there. I did add a teaspoon of my taco seasoning and 2 teaspoons of my jerk seasoning just to amp up that flavor even more. And I'm gonna leave this covered. And I added like, I think it was like 3 1/3 cup water. I asked for 3 1/4. I will add more if I need to, just so that rice gets cooked through, and then this will be ready. And I've got a skillet preheated over here, and I've got 2 apples diced up. I'm just going to dump them right in the pan. I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of water. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of that Truvia brown sugar. And then we're going to just mix this around and let it cook down. I will add more brown sugar if I feel like it needs it. But really, we're just trying to give it that brown sugar flavor. Not so, it doesn't really need to add any sweetness in my opinion. I think the apples are sweet enough on their own. Alright, and while everything else is cooking, we're going to start preparing these. So this is going to be, it looks huge, okay? But it's going to be 4 servings, so half of this jar a serving. I'm going to basically make the overnight oats in these. Each one's going to have 2 pods of the yogurt, 2 scoops of protein powder. Normally I would do 1 whole scoop per serving, but since I'm using the yogurt, I'm only using a half a scoop per serving, so 1 scoop per jar, 2 pots of the yogurt per jar, and then 1 cup of oats per jar. So that's a half a cup of oats per serving. And then obviously there'll be half a banana per serving, and then 1 apple per serving. And almond milk, I think. Oh yeah, and we're going to do the miso paste too. But I'll put the miso paste in with the fruit as I cook it. Adding 2 more tablespoons to the apples. So it was basically 1/4 cup of the Truvia brown sugar altogether. I'm also going to add in about a teaspoon of cinnamon. And there is the jambalaya all done. It looks pretty good. I just tasted it. It tastes good. I think it could use a little bit more spice, but it's not bad. And there's the apples. Look at those beauties. So we're going to take the apples out of here, and then we're going to cook up the bananas. Chopped up the banana and added it to the same pan I did as the apples, and I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the brown sugar stevia and some cinnamon. At these caramelized bananas. Wow, they basically just melted, but that's fine because they're going to go into the oats anyway and flavor them up. All right, so I added a scoop of protein powder to each of these and 2 pots of yogurt, and then I pre-mixed them up. Now I'm going to add the fruit to these, and then I'm going to add the oats. And even though I had it out, I still forgot to use the miso paste, but that's fine. We just don't have miso paste in it today. And now we're gonna put a lid on these and shake them up. All right, and they are fully mixed up. I'm just gonna take the little bit of almond milk that I have left over here and try to fill them up a little bit more, make them even. And that's it. Now these get capped and put in the fridge. Jambalayas are done. I haven't had anything to eat today. I was treated with some gingers. It's my favorite, Ginger Asian Kitchen. They have a Thai yellow curry with fried tofu and a sweet potato roll. This is gonna be delicious. I'm so excited. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to make dinner. I told you guys it was gonna be like a leftover makeover, so you guys can stay tuned for that. All right, I am getting ready to have my lettuce wraps. This is the mixture I made. I'm gonna show you how I assemble it. So I know it's weird, I have 2 spoons. This one is for the Samsung. I'm just gonna take about a teaspoon of it and rub this inside of this lettuce leaf. And then we're gonna take about 2 tablespoons of this mixture and put it in that lettuce wrap. And there it is. Delicious. And I've got, I think, 4 more of these leaves, and that should be enough to finish what I have in this cup jar. So that is dinner, and then I will be having dessert after this. And I'm having a fancy drink today. We're having a Nixie black cherry and lime. And here is dessert. I made these pretzel protein chocolate clusters with a big old hazelnut in the middle. Yum. Alright guys, so I wanted to show you some of the things that I got in the mail that I'd ordered. First of all, so I got that Wild deodorant, and I'm trying that and seeing how it works for me. I also ordered another one, and it came in a compostable bag, which was amazing. But it's called Fussy. Okay? And I got one. It's just like Wild is it comes with like one thing, and then it comes with these little sleeves, which is cool. Now, they didn't have as cool of like designs as the Wild, but I really, really like this pink. It's a very, very nice bright pink. Very cool. And it tells you what to do. I just thought this was pretty neat. So we're going to give this a try too, and I will let you guys know how I feel about either or, the Wild or the Fussy. All right, and then as you guys know, I did start using Prose. I was doing like a trial of that to see how I felt about it. I'm almost done with my Prose, so I'll be able to give you feedback. I've been using it for about 2 months exclusively, the skincare and the hair care. But I ordered some Function of Beauty also. So I got the stuff that they recommended for me specifically. I got a shampoo, a conditioner, a body lotion, a body wash, a leave-in conditioner, all that stuff. Shampoo, conditioner, a hair mask, a leave-in conditioner, a shampoo, or I just said shampoo, body wash, body lotion, yes. So after I'm done with the Prose and I review that, I will review this too, and I will let you guys know which one I preferred overall. Like these, I like the fact that you can like choose the colors of them, but honestly it's a little gimmicky and not really necessary. But it is cool. And the last thing that I ordered was I was restocking on some Simply Delish vegan pudding. Now you can get this on Amazon. However, they had a very new, very exclusive one that you can only get on their site, which is this pistachio flavor. So I had to get it. But yeah, I got a pistachio, I got chocolate, I got butterscotch, and I got the white chocolate. Those are my favorite flavors from this brand. And I got one of their little chocolate protein powders and one of their little vanilla protein powders to try because they were like half off with my order. So I decided, why not? I'll give them a go and we'll see how they taste. I'll probably add them to my protein powder taste test, even though I just can't I can't be bothered to do another plain chocolate, plain vanilla flavor, but there we go.